Hey guys, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I am so excited to be live with all of you people this afternoon. Thank you to everybody who reposted about this live that we're having. Thank you so much for everybody who shared the news. And yes, moms, let's get ready. We are talking about we are talking about mums in business. Can you be a mum and can you run a successful business? Yes, you can. And I'm going to be interviewed this afternoon by the amazing Lara, who is one of my business partners, and she's going to be just asking me some questions on, can you do it all? And if you can't do it all, what's the next option? Okay. But also, are you able to, build a business around, your children? She's just going to ask me so many different questions. So I'm waiting for her to come on so I can then, add her into the call. But let me just welcome a few of you. Hey, Temi. Hey, Loretto. Hey, Joy. Hey, everybody. So Temi, drop it in the group. Let everybody know that we are live. We are live. We are live. Let your moms know. Hey, Ams, how are you? We are live. Hey, Lexi. Hey, Harry. Hey. Right, just waiting for Lara to come live with me. Lara, yeah, fantastic. All right, so let me request you, Lara, to come live. How do I do this thing again now? Fantastic. Fantastic. So, for those of you who are joining, if you know any mums, hey Lara, if you know any mums who are, thinking about, leveling up financially, they're thinking about maybe starting a business or even, learning how to multiply and grow their money, this is the call that they need to be on because we are going to go in. Myself and Lara, we are business owners. We are, securing our coins, we're securing the bag and we're having so much fun doing it whilst being full-time mums. Like being a mum is not part-time, is it? Like it's a full-time thing, isn't it, Lara?
So can you see me?
Yes, we can see you, my love. Yes.
I can't even see anything.
Okay, we can see you. We can see you and we can hear you as well.
Right, cool.
Yeah, we can see you and hear you. Yeah. So, all right then, Lara. So, I'm going to hand it over to you. This is your opportunity just to really ask me all those questions that, just for us to discuss what we discuss about all the time. And I'm going to answer them live on this wonderful platform called Instagram. And we'll probably save the video as well so that you guys can watch it back. So, yes, Lara, but even before you introduce me, let me say a little bit about yourself, Lara, a little bit about, what you do and, kind of what you've been doing this year as well to be able to level up. Mm-hmm.
No problem. Okay, so guys, hello. My name is Lara. For those that don't know me, I am the of Sotonye, who has been incredible, to me since I've joined this academy. I'm also a mom of two as well, two beautiful young. I'm a nurse as well. I have a background in nursing. And I joined this academy about 2 to 3 months ago, and it's been amazing. I've learned so much in this past months. I've really, developed so many different ways with the support from my mentors and from, everybody else in the academy. So it's just been an amazing so far, and I really can't wait what's to come as well. So
I love that. I love that. I love that. So you are a mum. So you obviously are a full-time mum. You work
yeah,
as well, and then now you also, run a business part-time as well, which
yeah.
is amazing. So we're going to go into it. I know you mentioned a little bit about the academy and about the business opportunity that we're in, but before we get there, let's kind of let's talk. Let's discuss. There's mums that are on this platform. And what we want to do this afternoon is just really inspire you and motivate you to know that you can achieve your goals and your dreams. Like to know that you can live your dream life. You don't have to put your life on pause just because you have children, right? You don't have to put your life on pause just because, you feel like you have to literally give everything, to your family and then forget about you. What I found is that mothers that actually are more fulfilled are the ones who actually are, kind of going for their dreams and goals while also obviously helping their family and their children and their partners also achieve their goals and their dreams. Because I find that mothers can become quite resentful when everybody in the house is doing well, you know, children are doing well at school, you know, husband got a promotion at work, and then you're just not doing anything, you know, and then you start to feel resentful. And then, you know, what happens is that the children grow up, you know, they leave the house, they go and, you know, they leave the nest, you know, and then you're looking at your life and you're like, I have nothing to show apart from my children, which is amazing. Outside of my children, I have nothing to show. I didn't do anything. I didn't achieve anything. I didn't start anything. And then now you're maybe 40 or whatever, and you're thinking, how do I get started? You know, all because you've told yourself that you couldn't build a business or you couldn't pursue your goals and your dreams simply because you had children, whereas your children should have been your motivation. Your children should have been your motivation for why you needed to achieve your goals and your dreams, because everything we do for them. And, you know, I feel like as mothers, it's important that we are role models. We can't teach our children to go out there and be successful and to take their dreams, you know, by the horn and everything like that. But then they see us and they see that we're not doing that ourselves, right?
Exactly. No, that's spot on, honestly.
Yeah. So that's good. So for you, like, how old are your children, Lara?
So one is 3 and one is 1. So they're very, very small.
Okay. One is 3 and one is 3 and 1. Okay, so
Yeah.
you know when they say, oh, you know, I've got 2 children under 5 or 2 children under whatever. Okay, and you look young yourself, all right? You know, so you've got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. So what made you take that step to, you know, be a part of the business that we're in now, be a part of this opportunity? And to actually, you know, go through it, even with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. What were you thinking? What were your thoughts? What was your motivation? What was your reason for saying, see this opportunity that's in front of me? I'm going to go through it.
My boys, of course, they were my number one. I just feel like, you know, if there's a better time to actually, you know, pursue your goals and go dreams, it's when you have children. Like, if not before, you know, that was never going to be say, oh, because I've got kids, I'm not gonna, you know, do what I need to, because I have to provide for them, you know. That's me and obviously their dad, to provide for them. So I'm gonna do what I need to do. So definitely that was it was a no-brainer. I just had to do what I had to do, and I saw this opportunity, you know, to be able to make while I can stay at home with my children. Like, it wasn't even a question. Like, I just had to go for it. I had to grab it. You know, it's been amazing so far, and honestly, I just want to, you know, encourage other mothers to do the same thing as well. Children should never be an excuse for why you can't, you know, do what you do at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right. And I love that. You said children shouldn't be an excuse. They should be the reason. Guys, if you were listening, I feel like we're going to take us to church, right?
Yeah.
If you're listening, can you put reason in the chat box? Children shouldn't be an excuse. They should be the reason why you are doing what you are doing. If you are listening, I want you to put reason in the chat box, because, you know, we make them their excuse. But when we make them the reason, then we will understand why we have no choice but to become all that we want to become, because we are their role models, we are their examples. You know, sometimes as parents we say, oh, you know, the children do as I say, not as I do. But no child is going to do that. The child is going to do as you do, because they observe. They see more than they hear, as we know with children, right? They see more than they hear. They sometimes even pretend they can't hear, our children, right? So they will see you. And the reason why I love the fact that, you know, I expose my girls, I've got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, I expose my girls to business, is so that they know that they have options when they grow up. You see, growing up, all I was told was go and get an education, you know, go and study hard and then go and get a job. And you know what? That's what my mom knew, so that's what she taught me, right? But now that I know better, now that I know that the real route to financial freedom is either by being an investor or a business owner, I'm going to expose my children to the reality of that from this age. So when I'm trading, my children see me, right? When I'm listening to motivational, you know, videos and trainings, my children see me. When I'm making, you know, business calls, my children see me. They hear me. You know, even my daughter the other day was saying, she said something about something trading. And I was like, oh, what? You know, I trade. Like, I was so surprised, you know. And that's good, because I want her to know she has options. If she wants to be her own boss, she can be her own boss. And what better example than for, you know, the woman that she looks up to? you know, to show her that this is how it can be done. Because, you know, I put something up the other day where, you know, the school's vision for my children is completely different to the vision that I have for my children. See, my children, I want my children to boss it, right? Because I understand that when you are in a position of leadership and a position of influence, then the impact is even greater. You see, the impact is even greater because, you know, I believe my children are here to impact the world globally because they have to do greater than me, right? So if I'm already impacting the world globally, I expect nothing less from my children. Isn't that right? Right? Because if I'm sitting the bar, that means that they've got to be even, they've got to come, no pressure, girls, but they've got to go even higher. I'm not going to set the bar here and then they come here. No, I set it here so they can go here, right? So, you know, I want them to know and I want them to see how it's done. And I want them to also see what hard work looks like as well. You see, I want them to see what hard work, so it looks like. You see, the school is preparing them to be employees. I'm preparing my children to be like global change makers, right? Global impactors, if that's even a word. Like, I want them to literally leave a legacy behind. Like, I'm preparing them to be able to create generational wealth. That's my vision for them. And as we know, Lara, generational wealth, you can't attain that by working for somebody else. You either have to be an investor or you have to be a business owner for you to really be able to attain, you know, attain financial freedom, which then allows you to leave an inheritance for your children's children, right? So I specifically expose my children. I let my children be around me. You know, oh, I can't work. Some mothers say, I can't work when my children are around. Like, yes, you can. Let them see it. Go on.
I'll be trading and I'm backing my baby.
You can. You see, because you don't want to raise children who allow their circumstances to become excuses. You know, you don't want to raise children who allow their circumstances to become excuses. And your circumstances are valid, they're real. But just because they're real doesn't mean that you have to allow them to become barriers or blockages or excuses, right? No matter how valid they are, you can always find a way around them, right? So yes, you have a child who's 3 years old, and yes, you have a child who's 1 year old. And the reality of other mothers who have children of the same age is that they will say, I can't do anything. I just can't do anything, you know, because I have to look after these children, right? That's the reality, and it's true. It's hands-on. We're not saying that it's easy. Like, nobody's coming here and saying it's so easy. I've got a child in one hand. I've got, you know, my laptop in the other hand. I've got my, you know, my cooking on the cooker on the other hand. And I'm just loving it. I'm just so amazing. No, it's a juggling act. For real, it's a juggling act. You know, we don't always look like this, right? When we're juggling and doing everything. However, you know, it's the fact that we're juggling is an amazing thing, because God has given us the ability to be able to do more than one thing. So if you're limiting your potential and you're limiting the level of success you can achieve because you have children, then you are shortchanging your destiny. You are shortchanging your destiny, and you're also shortchanging the destiny of your children. Because you're telling them that they can only do one thing. You're telling them that they're not good enough, or they're not able enough, or they're not organized enough to be able to do more than one thing at the same time. Whereas I'm going to tell my children, if you want to do 2 or 3 things, go ahead and do it. Because you saw your mum do it. And then I taught you. You learn through observation, but then also I'm going to teach you when you get to a certain age. I'm going to teach you how things are done. Because the same way that the school is teaching our children, at home, I must be teaching them what I want to see in my children, right? So I'm grateful for this opportunity, Lara, that has literally brought us together. You know, 2 mums that have a desire to create generational wealth for our children. So listen, hit me up with your questions, because I know I just started talking. Hit me up with your questions.
Introduce yourself. You know, you've told a bit about you, but, you know, obviously I know our followers want to know, like, how you started their business, you know, a bit about yourself, and, you know, how you started the business, how it came, how it's been so far.
Okay, all right. So I've been in business from the age of 15, right? So it's been a very, very, very long time. And the first business I ever did was when I used to plait my friends' hair. So they would come to my house and I would literally cane roll the back of their hair, and I would charge them like £5 or something, right? Now, I did that not because I thought, oh, let me have a business. I just realized if I'm taking time to plait your hair, There's got to be an exchange. Yeah, I plait your hair, you give me money. Like, I was smart enough at 15 to understand that my time is precious, right? I was smart enough to put some respect on my skill and my gifting. So that's what I started to do. And you know, I was very driven when I was young, to make my own money, right? And sometimes, you know, we kind of say, oh, you know, if only I grew up in this sort of home. No, I'm happy that I grew up in the home that I grew up in. You know, I grew up in a home where we didn't have much. We had love, we had faith. We, you know, we weren't hungry, we weren't starving, but we didn't go on holiday, you know, 5 times a year and all that stuff, all right? Like we grew up in East London, one of the most socially deprived areas, whatever, right? So, and, you know, my dad wasn't around, right? So my mom, you know, she did the best that she could do. So from a very young age, I realized that I wanted to take the financial burden of my mum by, you know, getting my own money. So from I think, I can't remember what age it was. I think it was maybe around 15, or yeah, I think you have to have your NI, right? That I started doing a newspaper round. And I was telling somebody about this the other day, and I was like, listen, I used to have my trolley, right? And my big yellow trolley. This was back in the day, guys. I'm older than how I look, right? So this was back in the day. I don't love it. You probably weren't even old enough to remember this, right? Because I don't, yeah. So this is when there was a big yellow trolley that I used to literally, you know, drag, and I used to, you know, fill it up with the newspapers, and I used to literally post the newspapers through the box, through the letter boxes, right? And you know, it's interesting because my brother also had the same job. But what my brother decided to do was throw the newspapers in the bin and still collect the money, right? And then there were other times when we would have to put inserts into the newspapers. So and there was one time when it was like these Kellogg bars, and it was like, oh my gosh, like we could eat this. Why did we have to put it in the newspapers, right? But the one thing about me is that from a young age, I just learned integrity. I learned hard work, and I learned that if you're going to if you say you're going to do something, just do it, right? So even though I had other friends who would literally throw the newspapers in a bin and still get paid, I didn't. I think it was Saturday morning, I would wake up very early, drag my big trolley, and literally post the newspapers through the letter boxes. There was like 2 streets I had to do this on, right? And there were even times when I would hide from my friends because I was so embarrassed of the big yellow trolley that I would try and go really early so they wouldn't see me, right? But even though I was still a little bit embarrassed, it didn't stop me, because I understood that, you know what, my mom, you know, it's a lot for her. It's a lot for her. She can't, you know, even though she's trying her best, what can I do to also look after myself? So I've always had that mindset that, you know, if I'm going to kind of be successful in this life, if I'm going to, you know, kind of level up financially, if I'm going to just make it in life, it's going to be down to me. What can I do? What can I create? You know, what can I start? What can I do that will allow me to be able to generate my own wealth? And as I'm talking about this now, I'm actually starting to piece the pieces together of why I am the way that I am today. From when I started doing the newspaper round, you know, from when I started charging my friends to plait the back of their hair, I didn't know that I was setting myself up to be a self-motivated individual. I didn't know I was setting myself up to be somebody who could wake up early in the morning, you know, and go to work, like at 15 years old. Like, who does that on a weekend? You know, when your peers are sleeping, you're up early, you know, delivering newspapers, and the money we got weren't much. It weren't much, but it gave me that taste of freedom. And when you taste freedom from that early age, then of course you're gonna, you know, continue to you know, as you get older, you're going to continue to look for opportunities that will allow you to be able to make your own money and be your own boss. So then obviously from that beginning, I then, you know, grew as an entrepreneur, and you know, I just started launching different businesses, you know, just so many businesses I've done over the years, guys. I've done so many, and I've learned so much. I've grown amazing brands, you know, I've achieved a great level of success. I've won awards, I've been featured in newspapers, you know, I've been on TV, like name it, you know, I've written books. I've achieved all of that, right? But now my mission is to help people to become financially free for real, for real. You see, in the past, you know, I've taught people about having the mindset for success, but now I have a tool in my hands that's going to allow people to not just have a mindset for success, but actually be able to generate their own coins so that they can actually live this dream life for real. And that's what I'm excited about now. So I've literally, you know, just literally kind of just felt like a burst of just a new kind of purpose, a new vision, in a sense, where during COVID, one of my businesses I was running as a wedding planner, it just came to a halt. But then when that came to a halt, it allowed me to open my eyes and see other opportunities. And that's how I came to this amazing platform, where now, we have literally shares in one of the biggest academies, learning platforms in the world, teaching digital skill sets to allow mums, individuals, students, young people to be able to learn a skill set that will allow them to become a millionaire. I'm excited.
I'm excited, and that's honestly amazing. Like, you hats and you're still doing all these things, like, really inspirational. And going off of what you said, in terms of starting work at 15, like, I felt the same way because I had to grow up quite quickly, firstborn. But I've got two younger brothers, so I've literally had to learn from a young age, get out there and work for what you want. So I definitely get you there. So that's really amazing. And obviously, going off of that, what tips do you have for individuals who want to maybe join the business, but they have children and have doubts on if they could actually, do it, if they can actually start a business and, run the house at the same time?
Yeah, tips I would give is, first of all, your why has to be bigger than just, I want to make some extra money for the family. Like, your why can't just be, I want to make an extra £100 or £200. Like, it has to be, because remember, there's gonna be a sacrifice somewhere. Something's going to have to give in whichever season, right? There might be a season where maybe you were the one who was maybe putting the children to bed all the time, and now your partner has to do that because you're doing calls at that time. Yeah, like, there's going to be seasons where you're going to have to give and take. Do you know what I mean? There might be seasons where your children might have to, if they're old enough, be the ones to prepare the food. And again, it's good. Like, you should raise children to be independent anyway. Let's not baby them, that they can't leave the house, right? So, but there's going to be a time where you can give 100%, and then there might be a time where you might just be able to give 90%, or you might only be able to give 50%, whatever, right? And I'm talking about to different areas of your life, and that's fine. You see, one thing as a mum is that you have to be okay with the fact that your life is now going to be in seasons. You have to be okay with the fact that your life is now going to be in seasons, right? I remember before I had the children, like, I could be up all night. I could, go to all of these events. Like, I could, do it all. And it was fun. It was exciting. And when I had the children, I couldn't just leave my house in the middle of the night to go where? Like, no, it just wasn't that. So then what I then decided to do was, instead of to give up, was to just, re-strategize with how I execute my business, right? So what I would then do was that, instead of having to, maybe have meetings outside of my house, I would just have Zoom calls instead, Zoom meetings, which allow me to be in my house. And when my children were sleeping, I could then quickly jump onto Zoom and have the meeting, whatever, right? So I just started to think, okay, yes, I'm now at home. So then what can I do? So then also, like, the business that we're doing now, it's a home-based business, right? We make money from home. What a perfect opportunity. So you might be thinking, oh, there's a season where I have to be at home. Yeah, there's a season where I have to be at home all the time because, my children are not at the age where they can go nursery. No problem. Join our business. Like, we make money from home. And we do business from home. So as a mom, you first have to understand why it is that you want to, pursue your goals and your dreams. And for me, it's about my children. It's so that they can have a future that I didn't have. They can have an upbringing that I didn't have. They can have access to opportunities that I didn't have access to. So that they never have to worry or ever put themselves in a compromising position because of money. Because the Bible says that a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So if I'm wise and if I say I love my children, then how can I leave debt to my children? So it's and then my grandchildren, do I want them to grow up and be struggling for money? No. You see, so this is a generational vision. So then now that I understand, okay, I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my mum, so that I can retire my mum, so that I can, move my mum to Kent where we are so she can look after my children full time, right? You know, so it's like, it's more than just I wanna, you know, just have some extra money. No, what does the money afford you? What does it do for you? It allows us to go on holiday, right? So anyway, so as a mum, you first have to know what your why is, right?
Yeah.
Then you have to be committed to doing what it takes. Yeah. Success is not for the faint-hearted. Success is not for the weak. Whether you're a mom or not, success is not for somebody that wants to sleep their way to success. It ain't gonna happen. You've got to be committed to doing whatever it takes for the season that you are in. You see, it's not always going to be this hard. It's not always going to be sleepless nights. It's like with children, they're not always going to be babies. Like when they become 1 year old or 8 months old, you can put them into their own room. They can sleep by themselves, you know, so you can actually sleep yourself, you know? Like even children don't stay babies forever, and your business won't stay a baby forever. So you have to just be committed to doing whatever it takes in the season that you are in. You know, if you want to be able to make money from home, you want to run your business from home, right? And, you know, you realize, okay, during the day, you've tried and you just can't find even 10 minutes to do anything. Learn to put the children to bed on time so that you have a few hours to then run your business while they are sleeping. So that means that, yes, you might miss out on, you know, maybe 2 hours of sleep, but it's just for a season. If you're not willing to sacrifice now, then you will sacrifice the thing that you actually want. If you're not willing to pay the price of sacrifice now, then you will sacrifice the thing that you actually desire. I would rather sacrifice the sleep now so that I can sleep in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
I would rather sacrifice, you know, maybe not being able to take my children to the park every single day after school, you know, now, so that I can then take them on holiday, fly them out, you know, whenever I want to. You see, so you've got to be committed to do whatever it takes in this season so that you can then live the life that you so desire to live. And then the first thing is that you've got to be organized. You have to be organized. As a mom, you wear so many hats. Your house doesn't need to be chaotic just because you're running a business. You just have to be organized. Put everything into time slots. From this time to this time, I'm working on this. From this time to this time, I'm working on this. From this time to this time, I'm working on this. So because when you, and then the reason why having time slots works really well, because then when you look at your day, you can see that you've got time for your children, you've got time for the house, you've got time for your partner, you've got time for God. You know, as mothers, if you're not praying, I don't know what you're operating off, right? My strength comes from God, right? So I need to make sure that in my day I have time for God, I have time for myself, I have time, you know, for the house, I have time for the business, I have time for the children, I have time for everything. And the only way that you can ensure that is by having your time slots. Now, yes, this might be the season where you can't spend 8 hours on your business, and that's fine. What you have to do is get good at being present. The time slot that you set aside to do whatever it is, be present in that time. You see, as mums, we're used to running from one thing to the next, right? Like, I'm sure you can testify, right? When you wake up, you're just on autopilot. Get the children ready, get them fed, drop them to nursery, go to work, do this, do that, do that, do that. And then while you're at work, you're thinking about home. And then while you're at home, you're thinking about work. And then while you're picking up the children and you're in the car driving back from picking them up, you're not thinking about what you're going to eat. You're always thinking about what's going to happen next. So then you're never able to be present in the moment and enjoy the moment. And this is something that I have to intentionally do. Now, sometimes I'll be in the car with my children and, you know, it's like we're driving somewhere, and driving time for me is time where I can just really just brainstorm and really just think about things, or just to play my gospel music and just enjoy myself. It's just, driving is very peaceful for me, right? But then I realized, no, actually, let me be present with my children. Let me engage them. Let me do something with them that's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable. It's going to teach them something, like, you know, because I might not get this 30 minutes again with them where it's just me and them and there's no noise. Does that make sense, right? So you have to be present. How do you become successful when you're a single mother and support? Okay, love that question, right? So let's say that you say, okay, 8 to 9, you're dealing with the children in the morning. Cool. Be present with them. Talk to them, engage them, do your affirmations with them, you know, whatever it is, right? Don't think about anything else, right? And then, say again?
I said that is really key, the affirmations with your children.
Yeah.
Like, that with my son as well. He's 3 years old, and even like in the morning, he says it before me. He will start saying things like, "Oh, I am powerful and I'm strong." Like it's really, really important.
I love that. I love that. You see, so instead of when you're meant to be doing affirmations with them, you're thinking about, oh, and then you miss that time with them.
Yeah.
But then if you know that you've slotted in a time in the day where you can focus on the thing that's trying to play in your mind during that time, you can push it aside because you know that from maybe 9 to 10, now you've got that time to focus on the thing that was trying to come in. Am I making sense, right? So when you map out your day, you don't have to replace another time with something else because you've already allotted its time in another part of the day, right? So then let's say then from 10 to 11, that's a time that from 9 to 10, maybe that's the time that you choose to pray. So now you don't have to be anxious and think, oh, am I going to have enough time to pray in my day? You've already allotted that time. So now during that time, you're present with God. You're not thinking about the children. You're not thinking about, obviously you will because you're going to be praying about your family, right? But you're not trying to, do a business meeting or whatever it is in that time because that's your spiritual time to grow, right? So then now when you finish that time, you might now say between 11 to 9 to 10, 10 to 12, right? You're going to do 2 hours of hardcore business. 2 hours hardcore business. Now, what you'll find is that we waste a lot of our time in a day. So we say, oh, I'm going to, work on a business, today. And you literally, for the majority of the day, you only give about 10 minutes to the business. All the other times you're going up and down, you're getting distracted, you're scrolling on Instagram, you're not really focused, right? So you might, instead of looking for 8 hours to run your business, look for 2 good hours where you are fully committed, fully zoned in, no distractions, going hard with your business for 2 hours. What you would achieve in those 2 hours will be more than what you would achieve in the eight days. I mean, eight hours. Because a lot of the time we're just moving around, wasting time. When you procrastinate, or let me just fold the clothes. You don't need to fold the clothes. And then you spend an hour folding the clothes. And let me just sweep this thing. No. See, if you have now a time allotted for your housework, then you now know maybe you might do your housework when the children go to bed, maybe 8 to 10 or 8 to 9. You now do your housework. So then you don't need to worry. During the day, okay, the house might be messy, but at 8 to 9 in the evening, you can tidy the house up. So that's why it's important as mothers, we are organized and we put everything into time slots so that we don't feel the pressure to have to try and fit everything into our day. And then we never achieve anything because we're just running on autopilot. No, take your time, map out your day, be organized and make a slot for everything that you want to do so that by the end of the day, you can go to bed fulfilled and happy. Now, let me answer the question: how do you become successful when you're a single mom with no support network? You see, this is the thing that I hear people say, and like I said before in the beginning, your circumstance it may be valid. Like that's a valid reason. That's a valid excuse that you could say. I'm a single mom. I don't have any help. I just can't do it. No. See, when you start to kind of think like that, you then block off opportunities for you to be creative and to see how you can actually, get the support, right? So number one, you're a single mom, you're successful when you're a single mom with no support network. Number one, can you form a support network? I remember when my daughter was in another school and it was let me just leave it there. She was in another school. And I remember when we moved to Kent, right? We had a friend who is highly successful. She travels all around the world. Her name is QP Springer, amazing lady, right? And she realized that she's not always going to be able to pick up her daughter, on time from school because she might be in London and by the time she's coming back, she might get stuck in traffic. So instead of QB saying to herself, well, I'm just not going to build my business. I'm just not going to have these meetings. I'm just going to stay at home and just wait for my child to finish school and just be a stay-at-home mom. She said, no, I'm going to go to these meetings, but what I'm going to do is to form a support network with the other moms who go to the same school as my daughter. So she then formed a WhatsApp group of all of the mums. Now, the school that I'm talking about was an independent school, so there was only 10 people in the class, right? So she formed a WhatsApp group with about the 10 mums, and she said, ladies, I'm going to need you to step in and help me, at certain times when I can't get back in time to pick up my daughter. Did the other moms have a problem with that? No, they didn't. So when she couldn't, she messaged them in the group. Somebody was able to pick up her daughter, somebody that she trusted, somebody that she knew, somebody that she respected, you know, a family that she respected as well, you know, and she knew that her daughter was safe. So she was able to go to her meeting and then come back and pick her daughter up from one of the homes of the mothers, right? Do you guys see where I'm going with this, right? She came up with a solution that allowed her to still be able to run the business and still, you know, be able to, you know, be a mum, but get support, right? So then even, I know one thing that Lara does is Lara has a childminder. Yeah, Lara has a childminder where she drops her children to the childminder, whether it's on a weekend, whether it's during the week, so that she can get things done, right? So either you look for free help or you pay for the help. Yeah, you pay for the help or you get free help. You know, there's a lady in my church who loves my children. I can literally leave my children there for weeks and she will be so happy, right? You know, so again, do you go to a church? Are you part of a faith-based family? Can anybody there become your support network? No man is isolated. You only isolate yourself by locking off the whole world, right? So look for support, right? You might move to an area where you have no family members. Make friends. Make friends. You know, join community groups, join the PTA at your children's school and learn, like, guys, you know, then fine. Let's just say that you don't want to make any friends, you don't want to ask nobody for help, no problem. Then you yourself have to work it out. You have to work it out. You're going to have to work around the children, because if you don't want to ask for help or you can't get help, no problem. When the children come back from school, how old are your children? If your children are above a certain age, number one, you should have a routine for them. Put your children into a routine. When your children come back from school, when I say to my children, on the way to school, when we get into the house, what are you guys going to do? My 6-year-old and 4-year-old, we're going to take off our clothes, we're going to hang them up, we're going to change, we're going to do this, do that, then we're going to come down and have our snack. So then that means when we come into the house, I don't need to be talking to them because they already know the routine. So then you know, they go upstairs, even if they want to play for a little bit, because my girls know how to play, right? But it gives me 5-10 minutes to kind of settle them in, you know, prepare the snack for them, whatever it is, right? Or it might give me 10 minutes to make a quick phone call. Or it might give me 10 minutes to send a quick email. Or it might give me 10 minutes to post quickly on Instagram, right? Because they're old enough to go up and take off their clothes. Too many mothers are still trying to do everything for our grown children. It's like, no. It's no. And when I say grown, I'm talking about older than 1 year old, right? It's like in the morning, you know, my children, they get themselves ready. You know, once I, you know, give them a bath, whatever, they get themselves ready because they're 6 and they're 4. They put on their clothes themselves. You know, because what are we teaching our children? We're teaching them to be responsible. We teach them to take ownership. We're teaching them to, you know, to enjoy having responsibilities. Yeah. You know, some of you mothers are cleaning the whole house. Your children will come and mess up the whole house and you want to clean after them. No, you mess up this house, you clean it up. You clean it up. Before you eat, you clean it up. Because that 10 minutes or 15 or 20 minutes that I'll be using to clean up your mess, I could be doing something else with that, right? So as mothers, we have to really understand what are our children capable of being able to do by themselves, which then will give us a bit more time to do other stuff, right? Then if you have an older child, get the older child to take leadership, right? Get the older child to be responsible for the younger child. You know, get the older child to do some of the teaching. You know, if the older child knows their ABCs, get them to enjoy teaching the younger one the ABCs. It doesn't have to be, are you the only one in the house who knows the ABCs? No. You know, teach your older child how to be a teacher, how to be a mother. You know, I've got girls, so I'm raising them to be amazing mothers. When are they going to learn it? From now, right? Teach them how to nurture others. Teach them how to care for others. You know, teach them to understand that if I've given instruction to both of you and the little one's messing up, it's you that's going to be answerable, right? Because then it frees you up to also be able to do other stuff. Now, if your children are, now another thing, if you've got a baby, you know, the best time to launch a business is when your baby is born, right? Because the baby sleeps majority of the day. They sleep. So like, I said I know I'm a talker. So you asked me a question. I'm just talking.
You're dropping some, you know, valuable information. You're helping me as well, because I'm learning a lot from you. Obviously having younger children, you know, I've had to like learn along the way how to manage my time as well. So continue.
Yeah. But you see, when you have a 1-year-old, or no, when you have a child under a newborn, they sleep majority of the time. Now, yes, when they're first born, you spend a lot of time looking at them and like, oh my God, I'm just, I'm just so excited. It's so like, it's just, and you also feel tired as well by it. But there's only so much staring you can do. When you're trying to sleep, you can only stare at them for so long. Afterwards, like you ain't got nothing to do. Like, mums, just keep it real. Like after your child, remember you feed your child, and then if you've got a routine, every 3 hours they eat again, every 3 hours they eat again, and then they're sleeping, they eat, they sleep, they eat, they sleep, they eat, they sleep. So when they're sleeping, what are you doing? You're watching Netflix, you're catching up with daytime TV, you're on Instagram just scrolling, and then you want to say you have no time. No, you have no time because you're filling up your time with the wrong things, right? You're filling up your time with the wrong things. So being a single mother is no excuse. Not having a support network is no excuse. You can have the biggest family and they don't want to help you. They're too busy. You got some grandparents who are like, we're still young. You ain't had your children young. You ain't going to make us old, like you still want to live their life. So you've got to then understand, okay, you know what? If I have help, fantastic. But if I don't have help, I'm going to make it possible. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to do whatever I need to do so that I can, and like I said, it's seasonal as well, right? So yeah, it might be a season where, the lack of support may impact, but it's not always going to be like that. So do what you can do until maybe help comes, or until your children are a little bit more advanced, right? Now, another thing that I did with my children, because I never did maternity leave, after they went through the season of sleeping, right? And then they started being more active and they needed to be more stimulated. I brought toys that would stimulate them, right? Stimulate them, their colors, their senses. I would put this thing over my daughter's crib, right? So when she kind of wakes up and she's maybe, crying and stuff, I would put it on and it would be turning and it would be, getting her attention, and she'll be, using her motor neuro skills and whatever, right? It doesn't need to be you carrying your baby 24 hours, like carrying them 24 hours. Why? Because that's how then your children get attached. And then when they grow up,
I have a question though. Sorry to cut you there. Because my children, right, they were very, very clingy children, and things like what you just said, sometimes that didn't always work. I mean, what kind of tips would you have for like clingy children that always want to be carried?
It is. So my second daughter was very clingy, very, very clingy, right? She was, now nobody could carry her for 9 months. Nobody literally could carry her, right? However, you have to also not be afraid to allow your child to, I don't know if I can say, to cry. Like one thing that, when you're sleep training your child, right? They say, leave your child in the room, right? And let them cry. Mothers are like, I can't do that. And that's how your child is still sleeping with you, 12 years old, and your child is still in the same bed with you, right? This is what they teach us. Because they said, leave your child to cry and they will learn to comfort themselves.
Yeah.
So you see? So then when you left them that, it
didn't work.
It didn't work for you because you could, I don't know, but this is what they teach us, right? Leave the child to cry, and you do it, and then when the child is crying, they say, even if you come into the room and you don't talk to them, you just pat them back. Like there's things that they teach us, but then we don't want to do that. We want to come in, we want to carry them, we want to say, it's okay, come, like, you know what I mean? So basically, right, that whole attachment thing, I'm not an expert, please guys, do not ask me about how to, I can't, you asked me a very practical question that only maybe experts can give when you've got very clingy children. But what you do have to, what I would probably do as well is allow your children to spend time away from you, right? Leave them with your mom. Leave them with your partner. Leave them with your sister. Leave them with your brother. Because then they will also get used to experiencing other people. And then now, but as a mom, you're having anxiety, not the child. You're having anxiety because you're thinking, if I leave them with someone else, that person's going to, the children are going to be crying. That person's going to suffer. They're not. Right? Especially when you leave them with your moms. Like the only people that I could leave, my daughter that was clingy, Yeah, literally, if I would leave the room, she would crawl and look at the door waiting. We'd have a song for her, like, looking for my mama. My mum used to sing all the time because she would literally be looking for me, right? But then I left her with my mum because my mum has raised 3 children. My mum's not going to crumble because of the baby's crying. You know what I mean? Our mums know what to do, right? So sometimes we have more anxiety than the children do. Eventually, the children will learn to love the person that's looking after them. Eventually, they will start to have a relationship with that person. But then because you're thinking, oh, I don't want to leave them, that's why the children also are becoming clingy. So you also have to look at your own behavior and also identify, is there anything that I can do to allow them to kind of relieve that clinginess a little bit? Do you know what I mean? So leave them with people, let them get used to being looked after by people that you trust, so that they know it's not always mummy, 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 right? And then also just get them stimulated with other things. Get them stimulated with other things, so it's not, they don't like, my children are clingy, right? In the sense where my children will still need to be in the same room with me. Yeah, but even though we're in the same room, I think they just like the warmth, they just like the proximity, they like the closeness, right? But then, are they being stimulated by other things, so that it's not just me, right? But remember, I'm not a nurse or medical whatever, right? Yeah. But, just research it, read it up, but just, find a way around it. But I think the person who's more clingy in a parent and child relationship is actually the parent. That's what I found. I find it's actually the parent who's more clingy. Some wives don't even leave the children with their husbands. Oh, he's not going to know what to do. He's not going to know what to do. Is he not the father of the child? Like, the worst thing that he would do is just give the child snacks for the whole day. They're not like, you know what I mean? Not to give snacks for the whole day. The children won't even enjoy their dad looking after them, because there's no, like, it's fun. So as mothers, we also have to know when it's time to let go, when it's time to give that breathing space as well, so that it allows us to be able to do the things that we need to do.
That makes a lot of sense. And I actually wanted to touch upon something, because I remember when my second son, I found it really hard to like just find time for myself, and I just found that I was just like kind of coming into a situation that I didn't like for myself. I was getting into, I wouldn't say depression, but just just not a good state. So I want to on that, because I remember there was a time I was going to work, and I saw this random video on YouTube saying like what millionaires, like the routine. So I remember listening to it, and I was like, I don't have a routine. I have a routine. Like, I wake up when my son wakes up, and he used to wake up in the morning. He actually never slept. So my day would I would just go with the flow, in regards to my children. So when I watched that video in terms of like having a routine for myself, and I actually started that really helped me, become more effective, like and being able to run my business as well. So in terms of like waking up early, I don't know, half an hour earlier than when your children wake up, and just having time to yourself. So whether it's like meditating, working out, and just like literally having time to yourself, that really, really does help well for like mothers that feel like out as well. I found that's really helped me a lot. So
yeah, that's the thing. You want to be a mother that feels fulfilled, and the only way that you can feel fulfilled is if you are also making yourself a priority. I have this club called the Balanced Mums Club, right? And it's all about, finding the right balance, but also making yourself a priority. You see, if you don't put yourself first, then everybody else is going to suffer.
yeah.
Like, if you don't put yourself first, everybody else is going to suffer, because you're going to be grumpy, you're going to be moody, you're just going to be miserable, right? But when you put yourself first and you take time to build yourself, and you do your personal development, and, you take your time to go to the spa and, just really relax, or, go out with your friends or whatever it is, then when you come back, you feel refreshed, you feel happier. That time that you spend praying in the morning, it's just you and God. Like, when you now come out, you feel like, yeah, let's go. So it's not even a question, should I make myself? No, you need to make yourself a priority, so that you can be more effective. Yeah, so to love yourself first. If you want to be able to really love your family and give your family the best of you, you have to love yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And a lot of the times we're running on autopilot, we're empty. And that's why, the atmosphere is not how it should be in a home, because we're stressed all the time. And we've taken on too much. Delegate where possible, or delegate to anybody, even the kids, delegate where possible, or strip it back. You don't need to do 100 things in one day. Do the things that need to be done, and just leave it. You don't need to do 100 things. Stop doing that. Stop trying to be Superwoman. Do 5 things and do it well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Not every day, or do you need to be, folding the clothes? Like, just, do on a Saturday. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just don't overload yourself. You're not going to win an award for being the busiest mum in the whole world. No. If you want to be the best you can be, do the things that you enjoy. When you're doing the things that you enjoy, then you're going to exuberate joy. You're going to exuberate happiness, right? So, me, being doing this business where I'm impacting lives globally. Like, I feel good. I feel happy. I'm excited, right? I'm just like, wow. I've got a team in Ghana. I've got a team in Nigeria. I've got a team in America. I've got a team in Cyprus. I've got a team in Belgium. I've got a team in USA. I've got a team in Australia. Like, we've got global teams, Lara, right? And we're seeing people's lives be impacted. You can't be doing that outside and not bring that joy into your home, and bring that same, level of motivation into your home, right? You're out there motivating others. You're going to also come home and motivate your family as well, right? So, when you run a business as a mom, it's almost like, it almost saves you, because instead of you kind of falling into depression, because, you're seeing other people kind of live their dreams and you don't. No, live your dreams, run your business, but just be organized and have the right balance, so that you don't, your children are not suffering. Because what you don't want to do is obviously be doing a business, and then there's no one to raise your children. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
But what you don't want to do is you don't have to choose. Like, why does there have to be a choice? Just have the correct balance. In some seasons, you'll be 90% mom, 10% business. In other seasons, you'll be maybe 80% business, 10% mom, whatever. But it's just seasonal. Just get the balance right. And, it will flow. Even without being a mom, you still got many hats you wear as an individual anyway, right? So this is not just, because you're a mom, you have to have balance. No, as an individual, you have to have balance. Right? And when you get the balance right, then you live your fullest life. So the fact that we're able to impact lives globally, for me, is my dream job. I'm living my dream job, which means that I'm living my dream life. I'm making money, and I'm also helping people to make money. Like, what else am I looking for? Yeah, I'm making money. My children are enjoying the fruits of that money, right? And then I'm impacting lives globally through this amazing opportunity. We're helping mums to be able to level up and to be able to, put more money on the table for their family. Like, why would I want to not do that because I've got children? No. I'm helping other mums to be able to look after their families. You know what I mean? I'm helping other mums to be able to become financially free, so that they can then set their children up. So not only am I building a legacy for my children, I'm helping other mums to build a legacy for their children. Why would I stop because I've got children? It don't make sense.
Some wise words. That's amazing. And obviously, like, moving on to the next question, mother or any individual wanted to join the business, like, the business actually offer them, and how could they work around their children? Like, what could they do that would enable them to, work around their children?
Okay. All right, lovely. So, this amazing, business that we're speaking about, where we literally are like shareholders in the leading platform in the world when it comes to teaching digital skill sets, is it's a business which I wish I knew about 10 years ago. Like, I always say this. I wish I knew about this business. I wish I knew about this opportunity at least 10 years ago, because I would be in a completely different, situation right now. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I know about it now. And the reason why I just feel like so many mums need to know about this amazing opportunity, this amazing business, is because as a mum, you want to be able to make money from home. You want to be able to, you know, do something that allows you to work around your children. You want to be able to know that if anything happens, there's an emergency in the house. You know, the financial burden is not just on one person, right? Or even if you're a single mum, you know, if there's an emergency in the house, you know, your children don't need to go hungry because you need to fix the washing machine or whatever, right? So as a mum, you don't want to have the burden of not knowing how you're going to pay your bills. So working a job as a mum is not going to allow you to be able to work, to have time freedom, to be able to, you know, be there for your children. You know, being my own boss has allowed me to be able to capture every single moment of my child's life. I didn't miss any. All of the celebrations at school, I was there because I didn't have to ask nobody for time off. I was my own boss, right? So as a mum, you want to be able to do something that allows you to be able to stay at home, look after your children, but still secure the bag. And this is what we do here, right? So let me tell you guys about this amazing academy, right? So we teach digital skill sets that allow people to be able to turn their digital devices into cash machines. You see, in this digital age, where people are buying online, they're shopping online, they're dating online, they're marrying online, it only makes sense that you are making money online, right? You have a phone, you have a laptop. Are you able to make money from these digital devices in this digital age? So this amazing platform that we are business partners with, we literally teach individuals how they can learn the skill set of trading and investing to be able to go from a place of not having enough money or working hard for your money, then now being in a position where you are multiplying and growing your money daily. You see, people who become rich and wealthy in this world I fall into two categories. Number one, they're investors, or number two, they're business owners. 4% of the world who earn 95% of the world's wealth are business owners. And 1% of the world who earn 95% of the world's wealth are investors. If you do not fall into any of those two categories, you will continue to work hard for your money and still be broke, right? However, when you become a business owner or you become an investor, where you put your money to work or you leverage off the networks of other people, now you can really attain financial freedom, right? So in this academy, right, or the academy that you're going to be joining, you will get to learn these digital skill sets from millionaire traders who have the results that you're looking for. Have you ever wanted to learn a new skill, but you weren't sure, you know, where to go, where to enroll? It's like when you're choosing university. Which university should you go to, right? Right. Which one's going to teach you the best? Which one are you going to kind of go in and guarantee to get a degree out of, right? Well, that's the same thing. And in this trading world, in this investment world, you want to learn from the best. Do you see? Because trading and investing is a very expensive, kind of skill, right? If you don't learn it the right way. Whereas we say, come and join our academy today and learn from millionaire traders how you can grow and multiply your money by 3%, 5%, 8% daily, every single day. Now, the amazing strategy that we have in place that allows you to be able to start making money from the moment you join us, right, is a strategy called copy trading. All you do when you join our amazing academy is join one of the numerous sessions that run throughout the whole day. Just join one of those sessions and copy what the trader tells you to do. Are you able to follow instructions? Are you able to press simple buttons? If you are able to do so, then you can make money with us. You see, before I became, a shareholder in this company, I didn't know about trading. I didn't know that people could make so much money from trading. I didn't know how lucrative, trading was, literally. I didn't know that people could literally make so much money, right? But when I came into this opportunity and I saw for myself that I was able to make XX amount in 3 minutes, I said, wow, everybody needs to know about this. Now, not only do you get to copy from millionaire traders who are telling you what buttons to press, you actually get to literally cash out in minutes, right? Because we have the skill set that we teach mothers and individuals and students in this academy. The skill set that we're teaching you is called HFX, which is high frequency forex trading, right? This is where you're in and out with a bag. You know, you guys say you're in and out with a bag, but you're going to work. You're not in and out of the bag. You're working 8 hours. That's long, right? We are in and out with a bag here, right? Literally, we cash in and cash out, right? In 3 minutes. We don't trade for longer than 3 minutes. Why? Because the sort of trading that we do here is time based. This trading is for people who are busy. This sort of trading is for people who are like, you know, mothers who just don't have time to spend the whole day in front of a computer. You want to be able to open your laptop, take a few trades, close it, and make a day's wage, a month's wage, a year's wage in 3 minutes. And guys, is that possible? Yes, it is, because that's the results that we are getting, and that's the results that our global team are getting, and that is the results that almost 500,000 students all around the world are getting because of this amazing platform, right? Now, not only do you guys get the opportunity to learn digital skill sets that will allow you to be able to grow and multiply your money and literally sack your boss, right? And be able to work from home. We also have another opportunity where you can actually become a partner with us and also have a share in this amazing educational platform, right? Now, when I say you can have a share, what that means is that you can actually become an independent business owner and you can start to get paid weekly from this amazing opportunity. Now, what does that mean? That means that every single Friday, myself and Lara, we get a check, right? We get a check and we call this a residual bonus, which means that we get paid every single Friday because of something that we have done within this business. Now, in order to get paid every single week from this business, all you have to do is come in, get results, right? Make money, grow and multiply your money using the digital skill sets by copying the millionaire traders. And then once you get your results, tell a few other mums. You know, tell some of the mums that you see, you know, when you drop off your children at school, some of the mums at church, you know, tell them. When they come in to start making money the same way as you, then, you know, you will start to get paid. The academy will then pay you as one of their, business partners. And the money that you can get paid, I'm not even going to talk about it right now because you guys have to DM us if you really want to know, right?
Just say there's no cap.
There's no cap, and there is no cap. There is no cap, right? Whether you're a single mom or your pet, whatever, right? This opportunity here is for anybody who wants to be able to level up financially. See, so in this amazing opportunity, there's 4 ways that you can make money. Like, you're looking for multiple streams of income. This opportunity has multiple ways that you can make money from home, right? Or even on the go, So we're not going to, I know we spent a lot of time, talking, and I hope that we've added a lot of value. But now let's talk business. Mums to mums, let's talk business, right? If you want to learn a skill set that you can pass on to your children that will allow them to not have to get caught up in the rat race, and retire when they're old, but will allow them to retire when they are young, right? This is the skill set you need to be teaching them. You see, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer because the rich grow and invest their money, whereas the poor go to work for their money. When was the last time you saw your boss come into the workplace? He doesn't need to, because he has, he's invested his money, he started the business, and now he's employed staff to work for him. You see, you can not only grow and multiply your money, but you can also have a business within this opportunity where you get to leverage of the efforts of your team, right? So now you are a boss who has team members all around the world, and together you're working together to make sure that every single week everybody eats, right? So if you want to be a part of a team of, mothers, individuals, just ambitious individuals who understand that, financial freedom is for anybody who wants it. If you want to learn a skill set that's going to allow you to be able to grow and multiply your money, if you want to join a business that pays you every single Friday because all you did was show other people how to make money, then this is the perfect opportunity for you to find out more about. And how do you do that? You can see Lava's name, you can see my name. Send either one of us a DM and let us get you started. Let us get you started. Mums, it's time that you learn how to secure the bag, the trading bag and the business bag. Earlier on, I said that you don't need to choose. You don't need to choose. In this academy, in this opportunity, you can eat from all 4 streams of income, right? Why eat from just one when you can eat from 4, right? And that's my mindset. When I came in and they said, you know, if you become a business partner, you can do this and that. And if you learn these skill sets, you can make this and that. I said, well, even though COVID, tried to affect one of my businesses, I'm about to birth another business in the midst of COVID. And since then, the results have been phenomenal. The results, if we could bring on our whole team right now, Lara, and we could get them to share. We've got some of them in the chat box right now that have just been, chatting away while we've been talking. Because our team understands that we have literally, this opportunity has changed our lives. And that's why we are making it our job to tell everybody. We're making it our job to those people that, if you say you hate your job, DM me right now. If you say you hate your boss, DM me right now. Let me put you onto this. Because you are your own boss. When you're trading and you're investing, you're your own boss. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's telling you, oh, that's too much money you're making. You're your own boss, right? When you're, enrolling people into this academy and you're helping them to be able to make money, you're your own boss. That money that hits your bank account every Friday, that's your own money. You don't need to share that with nobody, right? That's your own money. Look, even Gladys put in the chat box, this is a great opportunity. It's a life-changing opportunity. So Lara, talk about your experience here. That kind of tell us from your perspective, what you've learned and how easy it's been for you to be able to also come in here and make money.
Well, first off, I actually want to, say how it was introduced to me. I actually got introduced to this opportunity by a lady that was, she's living in, and I met her online. This was the first time I'd ever done like this, and I to learn how to trade. And I actually jumped onto like one of like the free sessions, and I just heard people saying how like the job within 4 trading and stuff. To be honest, at that time I was like, I didn't know whether it's true or not, and I thought nah. I made the excuse that I time because of my kids and because of my job as well. And then I think it was like 2 years later, one of my very good friends, she introduced me to it again. And okay, this is probably the same thing as what that other lady was telling me about. So I thought, you know what? Let me just give it a try. Only £230 to sign up. Let me just see, if it works. If it doesn't, it's fine. I'll make the money back. Ever since I've joined, like it's just been amazing. And to be honest, I was only expecting to just make, some like extra money. I wasn't expecting like the change that's actually really happened in my life. Like within the space of, I've seen myself and even people around me have seen like just a massive difference in my life, like with the way that I think, like with the way that I talk, it's just been crazy. And like the support as well, like for the money that you pay, you get so much more than what you pay for, if that makes sense. Like I mean, I didn't have this amount of mentors in my life, and I've gained like over 10 mentors or even more than that. You know what I mean? Like you can literally speak to anybody, those ones, the people that actually have the results, you can like message them, like they're literally text message away, and talk to them and ask them for advice. We have so much support in the group, everyone's rooting for each other, everybody's supporting each other. Like I said, I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't. And it's just an amazing team to be a part of. If you join this academy, if you join the academy, I always tell you, expect to stay the same. Don't expect to be the same where last year. You will definitely change for the better. You will definitely change in a positive way. In terms of like your mindset, in terms of your belief system. If you never believed in yourself before, you will definitely believe in yourself, when you're in the academy, because at the end of the day, success is all about belief. Like I think we all know that, and it's just amazing to have people that will push you to be the best yourself. And yeah, it's been amazing for me. I've been able to make money while I'm at home with children. I think I posted the other day where I made some money in minutes, and I would probably have to work like a couple of hours, at work just to be able to make that amount of money. And I just thought, why have I been wasting my time all this doing a job that it wasn't really fulfilling me, wasn't making me happy, and I wasn't able to spend time with my kids. I go to work for 12 hours and I wouldn't see my children until later in the evening, and then by that time you're tired to even spend time with them. So this is just an amazing opportunity. For mothers that say they're busy, like, this is the opportunity that you need, because you have more time on your hands. Once you've made your mind in the morning, you have the whole day to do whatever you wish to do, spend more time with your family, to go to the places that you want to go to. It's just, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know like what else to say. This is just an amazing opportunity, life changing, that everybody needs, regardless of whether you're a mother or not. So.
I love. I just love hearing my team, just talk about, because I can talk about this amazing opportunity all day, every day. And I just love it when, I bring my team onto my platform and, they just share it from, Love is not an actress. She's not an actor. Like, we didn't hire her. She's just talking about her experience. And, I've seen Lava's growth. I've seen how much she's been able to achieve in such a short space of time. And, when Lava said, let's do this call, let's jump on Zoom. Let's do a live, not Zoom. let's jump on Instagram. Let's do a live. Let's encourage other moms to know that they can, be business women and still, be mums as well. Let's do it. And I said, of course, let's go, because I see so many mums that just live unfulfilled lives because they keep using their children as excuses rather than reasons, right? Lara works a job. I'm blessed that, for the last 15 years, I've been working for myself, right? Well, it is still demanding as well, but I don't have to, leave my house, right? Whereas you know what it feels like to have to work, like go and work for somebody else. Let me put it that way. You know what it feels like to go and work for somebody else, and then at the end of the month still not have enough money, right? So then why continue to work for someone else and not have enough money at the end of the month, but when you can just work for yourself and build your income to the point where there is no cap. You see, when you run your own business, there's no cap on how much you can make. When you work for somebody else, there's always going to be a cap, right? So now if Lava wanted to make more money in her job, she'd have to work more hours, which means that she's away from home even more, which means that either her partner has to be available or she now needs to pay for childcare. So then by the time she pays for childcare, the more extra money she would have made now goes into childcare. So it's almost it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, right? Work on a job is just not going to allow you to become financially free. But as Lava said, with her trading, a skill set that she learned within this academy, she didn't learn it before. When she joined my academy, right? And she learned the skill set. She's now able to. The other day she was able to make, I think, a day's wage. You said in a few minutes, a day's wage in a few minutes.
Even yes, it is so worth it. Even what I was making at work. Like, imagine I would have to wake my kids up early just to take them to, the child. I don't have to put, petrol in the car. Like, it's just it's crazy. I honestly didn't expect this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I love that. All right, well, Lara, it has been amazing chatting with you. It's been wonderful. I didn't know I was going to talk for this long. Oh, yes, I did actually, because you guys know we're talking. But it has been amazing. So, guys, if we have dropped any value, this afternoon, for those of you who have been with us for the whole talk, and for those who have just joined us, if we have dropped any value, can you just, put some love or send some hearts? I see you guys doing that. Put some hearts, send some love. Let us know that we were able to add some value. And for those of you who are actually interested in this amazing opportunity that we've spoken about, this amazing platform where you can grow and we can teach you how to grow and multiply your money, where you can generate financial freedom through trading and investing, right? If you would like to find out more and you would love to join our team, send Lara a DM, send me a DM, and let us get you started, because you must end the year strong. You must end the year strong. There's no other way of ending this year unless you're going to end it strong. But you want to end it strong with money in your bank account, right? You want to end it strong with money in your bank account and knowing that you've helped so many other people be able to achieve success as well. So it's an honor to have you as my business partner, but also one of my mentees as well. And I look forward to, us coming back again and doing this all over again, because, this message that we shared today is so important.
Yeah.
You can be a mum, you can, and run your own business, and, you can live your dream life. And it all starts with making a decision that, you're not going to make excuses. You're just going to get it done. So, guys, we look forward to, you guys DMing us to get more information. Send us a DM with the word mum in it. Send us a DM with the word mum in it if you want to find out more on how you can get started within this amazing opportunity. And if you're not a mum and you've joined us and you want to find out more about how you can get started, then send the word wealth. If you want to generate real wealth in your lifetime, then send the word wealth, and we will get in contact with you, and we will show you guys how you can go from a place of not making enough money to now making more than enough money so that you can live the dream life that you so desire. All right, I'm out. Okay.
Guys, see you later.
All
Bye.
right, take care. Bye. Fantastic. So I just want to say thank you so much to Lava for just taking the time out, this afternoon, just to really ask me some questions and to also share her amazing experience of this amazing opportunity. So guys, as we said, if you are ready to level up financially, if you are ready to learn how you can grow and multiply your money, right? How you can grow and multiply your money, send me a DM with the word mum or wealth so that we can get you started, right? Some of you are living paycheck to paycheck. You need to stop that. Some of you are living off your credit card. You need to stop that. If you want to know and learn the skill set of the rich and the wealthy, if you want to learn the skill set of the rich and the wealthy, then send me a DM and let me show you what they are doing to ensure that they are creating generational wealth for generations to come. All right, that's it from me, guys. Bye-bye.